All right, it's a great Friday morning and a wet one for that matter. It's been raining and it rained in parts of Lagos. Good morning and thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast. I am Mike Okwoche, but I am not here alone. I have my co-pilot this morning, Kemi Fola-Adeyemo. Kemi, good morning.
Good morning,
it's
Mike.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mo.
Great. All right, now the impact and the talk and the somewhat confusion or the debate of the oil subsidy or the price hike in petrol is still on. But however, the issue there is a lot of persons have blamed the marketers in the context of hoarding the petrol where it is not available. Of course, we know now that there is no scarcity of petrol anywhere. So just sell it. NNPC has said, right, raise the price to a certain level. Yeah, you can raise the price. So let it be the choice of the people. If I want to buy now, I want to reduce the quantity of what I want to buy, or okay, I will buy later, or whatever the thing is. But let the product be available.
And we're seeing the queues, at least from my end, we're seeing the queues, drastically reduced.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, fuel is an essential commodity. And when you look at he was saying, Mele Kyari, that is the GMD of NNPC, was saying about 100% increase. But if you really look at it, it turns out to be close to 200 to 50,
of course, it's
300.
more than 100%.
It's far more than that, and but then it's an essential commodity, and because people are having to brace up. Some are saying, okay, maybe we might as well not do away with fuel, but realistically speaking, it might just mean that you reduce your intake, the amounts that you consume on the daily, monthly, and all that. So, well, he has made a case. He has made a case that the issue of fuel subsidy payments between January to June of this year, which many were talking on, condemning NNPC's decision to increase at this time when we ought to still have a month's leeway. But then he said technically it was non-existent. There cannot be payments of subsidies, even though the Buhari administration had said that there would be the window open between January and June. But he said, looking at the humongous 2.8 is it trillion naira debts now that the federal government has already incurred, that's owing the NNPC, it really is unrealistic, and so they are all the way in support of the president's decision. So we are hoping, like he too says he's hopeful that the price will indeed balance out eventually, but
well, that's another debate.
It's a tough challenge.
That's another debate. Recall that when on the day that the Dangote refinery was being commissioned by former President Buhari, there was this question that was asked. In fact, one of the videos went viral when Ben Murray Bruce was saying that, of course, the price is not going to come down. If the price is going to come down, then Dangote is going to go broke. And he said, of course, the operation is oil or petrol is an international commodity and it is traded in dollars. Nigeria is going to buy the product from Dangote as the same as it buys from any other refinery around the world.
Business,
the difference will be that the cost of transportation of the crude from Nigeria to that refinery, wherever the place the refinery is in the world, and bringing back fuel to the country, that cost is now being removed. But the cost of refining the crude product will be the same as anywhere in the world.
International standards.
So all of these things are there. So the point there is that even if the price is going to come down, it's going to be really marginal. The difference will now be the issue of players coming in. So these are all the debates here and there. So is the price necessarily going to come down?
But I like to think that it would be more than marginal when you look at the landing costs and all the prices, all the costs that the marketers will incur bringing in the product from outside the country, as against now that Dangote refinery will be up and running.
Yes,
we want to believe that. I want to join those believing that the price would eventually
stabilize a little bit.
Come down. Right. There should be a sizable chunk.
All right, we hope so, and that's what Nigerians want.
I hope
so. Let's head into the news now and see what the updates are. Now, the need for interagency collaboration in tackling insecurity in Nigeria is one of the outcomes of President President Bola Tinubu's meeting with service chiefs and heads of security and intelligence agencies. And this is coming barely 2 days after the president intervened in the rift between the EFCC and the DSS. Sifon Nessien reports.
President Bola Tinubu stands against interagency rivalry and the need for a robust collaboration to tackle the security challenges in Nigeria did not come as a surprise barely 2 days after he intervened in a rift between the EFCC and the DSS.
He will not accept a situation in which our fortunes keep declining. And his own trajectory is that national security has to be coordinated. There has to be, whatever it is, whether it is a basket system, but there must be a clearing house. All agencies must work to achieve one single purpose.
The maiden meeting with service chiefs and heads of security and intelligence agencies afforded the president the opportunity to come clean on his security agenda.
He has already mandated the security agencies to come up with a blueprint. As far as he knows, as far as he's concerned, he doesn't have the luxury of time, and whatever changes will be made have to be done as soon as possible.
The president's quest for a clearinghouse for the security agencies is a pointer to the reforms he's embarking on.
Command and control must also be coordinated. Even though the president and commander-in-chief is not a military man or security personnel, but because he has served as a governor of Lagos State, he knows what security is all about, and he knows how to coordinate, how he's been able to coordinate the security of Lagos State. And now that he's the commander-in-chief, naturally he gets security briefing on a daily basis. And out of the experience that he had, we are sure he's going to make sure that he coordinates. And he should, emphasize, Nigerians are so happy when we heard that he has emphasized the importance of synergy, cooperation and understanding, and central command.
As a commander-in-chief, the president's ability to get the security agencies to live up to his mandate may well be a litmus test of his overall intentions. Sifon Nessien, TVC News, Abuja.
The former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kemi, is currently being quizzed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over alleged money laundering and misappropriation of 4 billion naira. A source close to the EFCC said that Mr. Fayemi arrived at the Ilorin zonal office of the EFCC on Thursday morning and was asked to park outside the facility. As at the time of this report, his vehicle was still outside the EFCC office. The Ilorin zonal public relations officer of the agency, Ayodele Babatunde, said that he could not make any comment because he is out of town. The probe is said to be in connection with the handling of funds during his tenure as governor of Ekiti State. Mr. Fayemi was governor of the state from 2018 to 2022 and handed over to Governor Biodun Oyebanji in June 2022. The agency had, in a letter dated May 12, invited the former governor to appear in its Kwara office over allegations of money laundering and misappropriation of public funds.